Canadian winters frequently reach -40 degrees Fahrenheit, yet 1 in 3 customers say they struggle to find high-quality, sustainably made outdoor products. This is where Duckworth comes in. But why now? With the current political economy and tariffs running rampant, it's going to be difficult for any American company to penetrate a foreign market. This is why for our business plan, we actually do not recommend going straight into Canada and trying to make sales. Instead, we're going to pick off a couple cities close to the border, still in Montana, to avoid those tariffs, and then we're able to gauge Canadian interests. How are we going to do this? We're going to target cities like Kalispell, Montana, Whitefish, Montana, and other areas around Glacier National Park, all of which receive thousands and thousands of Canadian tourists every single year. If sales are promising, we then have a reason to put in more time, energy, and money into trying to sell directly in Canada through a joint venture. Why Canada in the first place? Our team very carefully chose this country for a couple reasons. First and foremost, the cultures are very similar between Montana and most of central Canada. We brave the cold for many months out of the year, and we love the outdoors. And that's a two-part answer. We both love the outdoors and want to be able to stay out there longer, and also want future generations to be able to enjoy the outdoors. And so being able to stay warm through the winters, that helps us personally be able to get day to day. But being a sustainable practicing company helps ensure that our future kids are able to continue to enjoy the outdoors just like us. And for those reasons, we think that Duckworth would be a very valuable asset to the Canadian market and would have a place to make sales.
There are a few risks that need to be addressed when proposing this venture, the largest of which being market competition, brand awareness, seasonality of demand, and regulatory and import barriers. Canada already has a strong outdoor apparel market dominated by global brands like Arc'teryx, Patagonia, and Icebreaker. These companies have high brand loyalty, a strong presence, and established distribution networks which will create a tough environment for new entrants. Another risk is that Duckworth is not yet known to Canada. Building consumer trust and brand recognition will require a strong and potentially costly marketing campaign tailored toward Canadian values in outdoor culture. In addition to this, the demand for merino wool apparel is closely tied to cold weather seasons. While warm base layers and outer layers are perfect for long summer months in Canada, offering incredible insulation against both heat and cold, and Duckworth also has a variety of products tailored for warmer weather with an emphasis on moisture wicking, we are likely to see a majority of sales around the wintertime months. Duckworth will also need to comply with Canadian import regulations. These include product labeling laws and sustainability certifications, which could potentially bring about logistical and compliance-related challenges in the early stages of this expansion.
Duckworth has several key strengths, such as being the only 100% American-made merino wool brand and controlling the entire supply chain from start to finish. This level of oversight allows us to ensure top quality, sustainability, and traceability, values that matter to today's consumers. Our products are also perfect for outdoor lifestyle, warm, breathable, and moisture wicking, making them ideal for active use in cold, rugged environments. We, however, do face some weaknesses, such as a lack of international recognition, particularly in Canada, where many consumers may be more familiar with existing outdoor global brands. Expanding into a new market will require an upfront investment in both marketing and brand awareness, as well as adapting our products or messaging to meet local expectations and cultural preferences. But the opportunities are significant. Canada's long, cold winters and eco-conscious consumers align perfectly with our brand values and product performance. There's a clear demand for high-quality, sustainable clothing that can handle outdoor conditions. Plus, ski towns and resort areas, especially those frequented by Canadian visitors like Whitefish, offer a great soft entry point for testing the market before wider expansion. That said, there are threats too. Major brands already dominate the Canadian outdoor apparel market, making shelf space and brand loyalty difficult to win. Regulatory and cultural adaptation challenges like bilingual labeling and consumer expectations could also slow our growth if not handled carefully. Finally, the seasonality of our products means we'll need to anticipate and manage fluctuations in demand throughout the year, potentially by diversifying our offerings or expanding into other climates in the future. Now let's talk about our pestle analysis. Duckworth has many political factors when talking about expansion into Canada. The main issue is the possible effect of the government's tariffs and how this can change Canada's willingness to participate. However, the eco-friendly values in Duckworth's company perfectly align with Canada's eco-friendly values, making this a possible competition. Canada also has a strong and stable economy with a high GDP per capita. Consumers here are willing to invest in this premium clothing, especially since it aligns with their quality values and their sustainability values. Socially, Duckworth's company is perfect for the Canadian lifestyle. With a high demand for performance apparel and warm clothing, Canada is a perfect market for this high-quality warm merino apparel. The most difficult part for our company is going to be differentiating ourselves from the already existing companies that Canadians know and love. Now, technologically, an e-commerce platform can provide us with an opportunity to test our product in a Canadian market without relatively low risk. Additionally, digitally advertising can target our niche segments like outdoor enthusiasts and eco-conscious consumers. On a legal front, we have to be aware of the import laws, bilingual labeling requirements, and the need for specific products and certifications. Failing to meet these Canadian standards can delay or even prevent market entry for us. In terms of the environmental factors, Canadian customers are highly responsive to sustainable and biodegradable products. Duckworth's merino wool is a renewable source and perfectly fits with this growing demand for eco-conscious apparel in this market. Finally, our closing call to action. As a team, we are excited about Duckworth's potential to benefit from global expansion to Canada. We are confident that this is the right strategy and it can lead to sustainable growth and long-term success for Duckworth. Introducing our business to Canada with today's economy may seem like a bold move. However, we believe that the right patterns and strategy in place, the Duckworth business will greatly benefit. Thank you.